Pentafan, how we doing tonight? How we doing? You check out Elimination Chamber. What a night. What a night. Plenty to discuss. So can't wait to talk about it with you guys. Welcome to the live here. Going to discuss many things, including John Cena turning heel for the first time in his career. So be sure to hit that like button, guys. Make your way in here. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. What did we just watch? I'm still trying to digest that myself. Rachel, big time, lifelong John Cena fan since day one. I know you're heartbroken. I'm sure you did. It was a shocking moment. We'll get through it. Lily predicted this an hour before it happened, and no one told me. Really? Really? Well, kudos to you. Kudos to you. Appreciate all of you being here, guys. At least hit that thumbs up, all right? Come in here, hit that like button for me. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, guys. On the road to 800 subscribers, getting there. And again, guys, hit that thumbs up, hit that like as soon as you get in here. And we're going to talk Elimination Chamber top to bottom tonight, all right? We're going to talk about everything. Jade returning, attacking Naomi, as I did assume it was Naomi, and that seems to be the case. We're going to talk about John Cena in the main event after him winning, turning heel on Cody Rhodes viciously. A lot of people's jaws were dropped to the floor a little over an hour ago. I'm sure they still are. So we got a lot to discuss here. I hear you, Rach. Good seeing Randy Orton return, as a lot of us predicted we would. So we got the return of Jade. We got the return of Randy Orton. So, hey, we didn't get Becky Lynch or Roman tonight, but we soon shall see. So, man, Alexa Bliss got eliminated. Yeah, oh, and you don't like Liv. Okay, okay. Well, hey, it was good to see Alexa nonetheless. What's going to happen now on the road to WrestleMania? Well, I think a lot of people that said, maybe even a matter of 24 hours ago or less, that said this Mania build-up has been, lackluster, to say the least. Nothing like last year's, which was pretty incomparable. You know, a milestone Mania, Roman Reigns going in as champ 3.5 years, Cody Rhodes, Rock controversy, just that storyline alone, we had a lot going on, right? Outside of all the other stuff we had to deal with. And all the makeshift plans, Punk getting hurt and all that. So, I mean, this changes the whole trajectory of everything, right? John Cena turning heel for the first time in his 23 years with WWE. Personally, I didn't think they were going to do it. I didn't think they had the audacity to do it this year. And the fact that it's also on The Rock's watch type of deal, too, being the one who sold his soul, so to speak, man, this is intriguing. And I know a lot of people were upset by it tonight, lifelong Cena fans that loved Cena, that never wanted to see him turn heel, especially not during his farewell tour, that have very much wanted to see John Cena get to 17. But hey, man, buckle up. We're in for a ride. So we're going to talk a lot of everything that transpired tonight, guys. If I could just ask all of you in here, hit that thumbs up button as soon as you get in here. I appreciate it. Helps out the channel, helps out the live. So hit that like button. Again, subscribe if you're not already. I go over WWE, Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown immediately following the shows. So again, hit that like button, guys. Let's rock those numbers up there for the few that have already. Thank you. Before we get started in a minute, be sure to hit the like and that subscribe button to the channel. Miss J, yes, craziness. Did I see the post show? Yes, I did. Well, I didn't see The Rock come on. That was probably one of the last, right? But I saw the whole Triple H bit. I did see Cena walk out. I saw Bianca Belair and all that. Kumar, what's up? I did see him drop the mic. Like Adam and Peacemaker. Yeah, perhaps, Wiccan. Good point. I know, Miss J. I'm a little shocked myself. Is Randy good now and Cena's the bad guy? Seems to be the case, Brandon. Thanks for joining me tonight. Seems to be the case. We're going to get started in just a minute here. Vivek, what's up? What is Triple H doing, having Liv eliminated Alexa from the Raw? Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I know you love your Alexa Bliss there. Seems like they're going to keep Orton babyface and Cena's heel, perhaps. And I long for the day they cross paths again, hopefully this year. What's up, Bobby? I'm not doing mods right now, but I appreciate you. Lucas, we talk pro wrestling, my friend. We talk pro wrestling here, all things pro wrestling. And tonight we had a big event take place, especially for those, even if you don't watch wrestling. The fact that John Cena turned heel tonight was a really, really big deal. So you love Seth? Yeah, Seth helped him get it done. And it's funny because one of my good friends is a Seth Rollins fan, and he wanted Cena to win. And he doesn't like Punk, much like you. So the fact that Miss J, Seth was able to do that so that Punk could seal the deal, had a lot of people talking. Yes, Lucas. Guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. You come in here, whether you're here for a minute, 1 hour, either or. Hit that like button. Everyone helps the live. Hit that thumbs up. Again, subscribe if you're not already. Going to get to another couple comments. Love him in another one of my faves. Yes, what's up, Val? Yeah, John Cena, for the first time in his 23-year career tonight, turned into the bad guy tonight by joining The Rock, joining forces with The Rock and beating the living hell out of Cody Rhodes. I couldn't believe it. Getting ready to be a good guy, the ultimate badass villain. Yes, Brandon, this is Cena's last ride, and boy, they really rev things up, man. Randy's always going to be cool regardless of, where he stands, but Orton's awesome. Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate you. Do you think we get babyface before he retires? I perhaps on the wind down, Rachel, maybe, around the holidays, November, December, but I think the majority of this year he's going to run that heel shtick, and we'll see. Vivek, appreciate you, man. Be sure to hit that subscribe. Thank you. Oh my God, my two favorites. Yeah, they joined forces now, Val. The Rock, John Cena has officially joined forces with your boy The Rock there. So we're going to get started with this review in a minute, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and let's get down to business. Yeah, how can you watch them, Val? So I don't know if you subscribe to Peacock, Val, but that's usually where they have the the shows every month. The pay-per-views, I guess you could call them. They call them premium live events on Peacock for WWE Monthly. The next one's WrestleMania in mid-April. But Mondays, it's on Netflix. Fridays, it's on USA Network, free with Xfinity. Oh, nice. Yeah, so they'll be on April 19th and 20th will be the big show, WrestleMania for sure. John is finally heel, Sawyer. So, look, let's start off with... in attendance, they had a big crowd tonight, almost 39,000 people, 38,493 in attendance in the Rogers Center in Toronto, Canada. Elimination Chamber 2025, a lot riding on it. 4-match card, men's chamber, women's chamber, unsanctioned KO and Sammy. And then we had that Trish Stratus tag team match. Happy for Trish, 25-year anniversary of her in her home of Toronto. But we all kind of knew going into this, that was the only match that was lackluster. And that was exactly how it went down. Glad they won. And I'll get more to this when we discuss that match specifically. But even as I was saying last night, from what I saw on SmackDown, I really have not enjoyed the lack of camaraderie. And I think it's Tiffany Stratton's fault. Maybe she's just not used to being a babyface yet. But Tiffany Stratton just looks like she's not with the whole babyface bit. So maybe she just needs to remain heel. Because every time Trish all try to be all lovey-dovey, it seems like Tiffany's just not here for that. Drew got no pop. No, John Cena is a heel, Nas. Yes. Thank you for the subscribe. Do what Brandon's doing, guys. Hit that subscribe button as soon as you get in here. Look, I'm refreshing the page on my desktop. I can see who's subscribing and all that. We got 2 or 3 since we started, so let's keep that up. Thank you. Big show, April 15th. I'll be 16. Oh, what perfect. What a way to cap off that birthday week, Val. So that for Saturday and Sunday. Very nice. John Cena is a heel. Wild. Yeah, this is gonna be one for the ages. Absolutely. Jade versus Bianca at Mania. You mean Naomi? Because we'll be getting Bianca Rhea or either Bianca Io. Hopefully Bianca Rhea. Team EST, yes, for sure. Do you have? Let's see. I feel like they're running out of ideas, like 10, 15 years ago. Yeah, tonight was great. Thank you for the roses, Miss J. Rock was like, all right, there's always a plan B. Yeah, for sure. And, somebody alluded to that last night about like Triple H with the whole backup thing. There's always a plan B when Seth turned on Roman. And sure enough, Rock had a plan B. He had a trick up his sleeve too. And man, when Cena came in for that hug with Cody and that facial expression totally dropped, I said, oh my God. At that very moment, we all knew it was just a matter of moments till Cena turned heel. And that was exactly what happened. So, what a time to be alive. Yes, Adrian, for sure. Glad Randy's back. Jade will cost Bianca. Yes, I have heard that mentioned as well tonight, that Jade could potentially cost Bianca the match as well against Rhea. Intrigued by that, too. We could have a fallout at Backlash with Jade and Bianca, perhaps. So there is something that we could potentially see there, Miss J. And that's one way you evade having them have a match at a big show like WrestleMania, and perhaps just have them have a match at Backlash or something. So yes, could see that as well. I get them doing Triple H. Io, Bianca, Rhea would be fun too. Seeing them at the top of that entranceway at the end of the women's chamber, which was really cool as well. Maybe for Roman, Seth, and Punk triple threat. Sure, yeah, we may get that. We know we're going to get Roman, Seth. I figure maybe we'll get Punk in the mix as well. Punk eliminated Seth, and Seth caused Punk the match tonight. So, I mean, what better place to do it than WrestleMania and add Roman to the fray? You know what I mean? Took Naomi out to get to Bianca. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, it still could very well be Bianca who did all of this, right? We're not fully sure yet. We're just assuming that Naomi did it. As I assume Naomi did the attack, but maybe it was Bianca. Either or, it's going to unfold in the coming weeks. Just when we thought that was going to be the craziest attack of the night, John Cena turning heel in the main event was by far and large the most oh my God moment, right? I think we all could attest to that. So thank you guys for being here tonight. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, guys. Both cost you nothing, but thank you for your time. Thank you for your time on this Saturday night. Let's see here. Austin or Undertaker to help Cody at WrestleMania. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see there, Sean. Cal, what's up? If you remember a month ago, Rock had 3 fingers up like Cena. Oh, good point. Great point you brought up there, Rachel. Yeah, KO got a big win tonight, Cal, for sure, man, for sure. Once again, Randy gets overshadowed. I know, right? Every time Randy returns, great. You guys are coming up with some great pointers here tonight. Miss J alluding to Survivor Series 2023 when Punk returned to the company in almost 10 years. It's the same night Randy Orton returned. And again, Randy coming back gets overshadowed again by John Cena, of all people, turning heel. So let's see, definitely one moment of the year. Yeah, crazy stuff. So, all right, let's get into this, guys. Again, I'm just going to look to the comments as best as I can throughout this. I'm going to ramble a little bit because I don't want to, get too caught up here and be here till 2:30 in the morning, which I've been known to do once or twice. But let's see. John Cena turned. He did. The ending, Chris, I did like it overall because it was totally unexpected, at least to me. Very shocking. And I like stuff like that, even if it's against what I would prefer to see. But, if I didn't really want to see that, I didn't think they were going to do that, but they did the heel turn for Cena, so be it. Probably been the best so far. Yeah, this was a big deal tonight. Like Drew was eliminated early. Yeah, I was leaning towards Drew winning when it all was said and done. He got eliminated first. I was shocked. But I am glad that they left those 3 at the very end. They have a lot of time. They got rid of Drew, they got rid of Priest, they got rid of Logan Paul, and all in a timely fashion. We had a good time where we got to see Cena and Punk have their constant back and forth. Seth Rollins involved as well. I did enjoy Cena and Punk teaming up against Rollins for a little bit. That was fun. That was cool. But all in all, the way that match ended too was crazy. Very, very crazy. Seth Punk and Mania. I'm still going with the school of thought of Seth Roman with Punk being added to the match, perhaps. But I mean, outright, you could easily do Seth Punk, obviously, there. Love that Liv eliminated Alexa. Now it sets up the feud for hopefully the tag titles. Yeah, I think exactly. They'll tie that up eventually down the road. Could be as early as Mania, could be as late as Backlash or something like that, Wiccan, where we do see Alexa and Nikki eventually dethrone Liv and Raquel. We are fully on the road to WrestleMania there, Cal. Watch out, Liv versus Alexa coming. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. So, guys, double tap. Well, I'm used to being on TikTok. Hit that thumbs up, and let's get down to business. Let me get some water here and get down to business. So look, we started off with the Women's Chamber match, 4-match card, and we knew in addition we were going to get The Rock and Cody. What's Cody's decision? And, there was part of me that did not, as I said last night, I emphasized, I really didn't want to see the whole Rock-Cody thing be the main event. I wanted to end with the Men's Chamber, but from what we saw tonight, guys, we see as to why it needed to be the main event. So I have no issues with that. So this was going to be Liv Morgan's 6th time in the Elimination Chamber. Bayley, Bianca, Naomi, and Alexa, this was their 3rd time. And Roxanne Perez, of course, this was her 1st time in the Chamber. Looked like Liv Morgan and Naomi were set to start this match. By the way, Liv, Bianca, Naomi, I don't know if they called each other beforehand. They were all coming out in white. So I said that would seem to be the theme for the women's match. Jade Cargill's music hits before the bell even rang. I said, oh, wow. You heard the words, a storm is coming, and that was exactly it. Now, Miss J knows more than anybody here, I've been very critical of Jade Cargill. And honestly, more times than not, very constructive, really. I always put a positive spin. There's always a silver lining anytime I discuss something when I utter the words Jade Cargill, realistically. I'm going to give her flowers tonight. Now, granted, this was just all gas, no brakes. This was all about Jade Cargill giving a full-blown attack to Naomi. But from the way she came down that entranceway, I love the ring gear. I love the shortcut. Jade looked phenomenal, quite literally before she even entered the chamber. And then everybody was saying, even Michael Cole was saying, oh, that she's going after Liv Morgan. We knew damn well she was not going after Liv Morgan. Went right for Naomi. Bianca's helpless, stuck in that particular spot right behind them, right in that Elimination Chamber cell block. And so, what a helpless feeling for Bianca Belair, seeing her two former tag team champion partners going at it. Basically, not even going at it. Jade just absolutely decimating Naomi, throwing her into several pods. There was a time where I thought Naomi was going to break her face or nose. She was throwing her in so roughly, and then even slammed the gate on Naomi at the end. With that being said, a very well done, well executed attack by Jade Cargill. We'll see what happens going forward. I did find it kind of weird. I don't know if they eventually mentioned it, Rachel, or whoever was watching the post show. I watched most of it, and they gave medical updates on Sammy, on KO, I think even Cody. They didn't give a medical update on Naomi, which I thought was really weird, being that she left on a stretcher. How do you not make mention of that? Maybe they did towards the end. I don't know. But I am still thinking they still have bullet points as far as where they're going to go with Jade, Naomi, and when that's going to take place. But I also think they're exercising caution because they're not quite sure when things are going to be said. Maybe Jade cuts a promo on Friday about it. We get some insight. We'll see. Was it actually Naomi? Was it Bianca still? Because she's just trying to, like Miss J said, maybe she's just trying to get through. And two, Naomi first, since Bianca was locked up in that Elimination Chamber block over there. So we'll see. We'll see. But that was a very interesting way to start off the Women's Chamber match. Naomi was immediately eliminated because she was escorted to the back on a stretcher, obviously. So that was a big deal, unfortunately, for Naomi not being in it. She was the first elimination. And let me get to a couple comments here. DJ Ree, what's up? How we doing there tonight? How we doing? Catching up on a couple comments. Guys, hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up when you come in here. Hit that subscribe. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm surprised about Cena too. We will get to that. I'm getting tired of seeing LA Knight as the number one contender. Sure. Jade did an amazing job tonight. Absolutely. Jade did good. I'm telling you, if we could honestly, the way Jade came out on a warpath tonight after being away 3+ months, if we could get that kind of continuity, consistency, and honestly, like, she could put together a good match in singles with that kind of aura and presentation and fierceness, man, then I'm excited. I'm excited because she did a great job with that. Hated to see it happen to my girl Naomi. I like Naomi a lot, but I mean, we knew this was coming. Let's see here. John Cena, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Travis Scott. Yeah, that was an interesting time. Bianca's generational talent. Yeah, Bianca's phenomenal. Let's see here. And Travis Scott does not need to be there. Maybe if Naomi and Belair did it. Yeah, perhaps it was a 2-on-1 type of deal. So I've seen it turned heel. Yeah, very unexpected, Ree, huh? And here we go, bro. Here we go. Let's see. Drew will complain again on Monday. Yeah, I'm sure Drew will complain about being eliminated first. All right, so let's get into this Women's Chamber match, shall we? So Naomi was out. They start off with Liv and Bianca, right? Now, again, I was a little gutted by it because even though Jade did a great performance taking out Naomi and all that, I wanted to see Naomi in there a little bit. So that was that. We got Liv Bianca to start off, followed by Roxanne Perez coming in. Then we had Bayley, and then we had Alexa Bliss come in last. It was cool seeing Roxanne Perez and Bayley go at it. They've been feuding for the past month or so on Raw, on NXT. 2 weeks ago, they were in that Vengeance Day match for the NXT title with Julia and so on, and Cora Jade, so that was cool. Alexa Bliss, by the way, I think she was the first ever winner, right, of the Women's Chamber in 2018, so that was a cool fun fact as well. But let's get down to business as far as how this match exactly went. So Liv pinned Bayley. So Bayley was the first person to get pinned, but the second elimination because she was after Naomi. Then there was a moment where I know we all saw this. They were at the top of the pod. Bianca whipped the living hell out of Liv Morgan. That looked vicious. I don't know if she started bleeding from that, but, I don't know if it was necessarily as bad as the one Bianca did to Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37, but it was pretty bad. So you saw that. Then after Bianca did that, she hit a crossbody on all three of the other women from the top of the pod, which was amazing. Got some big, this is awesome chants. And then you would see Alexa Bliss pin Roxanne Perez, right? So that was the third out there. Appreciate you guys rocking with me here. Sorry, I'm pulling something up here. So following that, we would then get Liv pinning Bliss. This was after Bliss hit Bianca with his sister Abigail, by the way, and then Liv just was able to settle the score and get rid of Alexa at that point. So I was shocked to see that. And then we would see Bianca and Liv tearing one another up immensely throughout for a while. But this was pretty good. Bianca actually prevented Liv from hitting her Oblivion on her and then turning that into the KOD for the 1, 2, 3. And now this is Bianca's second time winning the Elimination Chamber. I believe she did it in, 2022 as well. Was that how she got to Becky Lynch, I think, right? Because Ronda won the Rumble in 22. So we got Bianca versus Rhea or Io, right? Depending upon who wins that match on Raw Monday on Netflix. If Rio or Io win, Rhea or Io win. I love Io, but we got this, and Bianca even made mention of this at the post show with Rosenberg and Tessitore and Big E, that she's like, well, I went up against Io before. Backlash 2023. It was a live crowd in Puerto Rico, right? Where everybody wanted to heel Io Sky to dethrone Bianca. Didn't happen. They had an amazing match. But, I look at it like this. As much as I love Io and I wanted Io to initially win the Rumble to get to Rhea in the first place, now where we're at with Bianca winning the Elimination Chamber, we got to get Bianca versus Rhea and see what happens there. I do think Rhea wins regardless how that goes, but we got to get Bianca Rhea. So that was good stuff. And again, in the meantime, Jade and Naomi, her two former tag team partners, are busy with one another. So this is the perfect way to get Bianca to focus on her singles run, and I know she's happy for that at minimum. So Liv had an ugly welt on her hip from that whip. But yeah, I bet. I didn't see that, but I believe it. A bunch of wrestlers say the chamber hurts like hell. Yes, for sure. Yeah, they take a beating, man, those men and women. Welcome to the big leagues, Roxanne, says Miss J. I love what Cody told Rock. Yes, we will absolutely get to that for sure there. Rachel. Now says Trev Scott being a part of this makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Hollywood, selling your soul. That's what they do in entertainment. So it was like playing out real life there. So we're going to move on to the next part here, guys. That was the first match of the night, the women's chamber. The second match I'm not going to spend as much time on for obvious reasons. We have a lot to unpack. We would get Toronto's own 25 years of celebration. We got here for Trish Stratus in a tag team match with the women's champion, WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. This was a big deal for Trish, too. 25 years being in Toronto. First time I think her kids were watching her live. It was cool. The match was so-so, but I think a lot of us knew that going into this, that this match was won't be anything above and beyond. The way this pretty much wrapped up was Stratton hit her prettiest moonsault ever to pin Nia Jax. They got the victory. I did think Trish was going to get the pin, but it is what it is. Having Tiffany pin Nia yet again, just like she did January 3rd to get this women's championship 2 months ago, right? I thought it was also kind of odd, too, that Tiffany Stratton, she did it once or twice. She actually kicked Trish Stratus off the mat. Like, she actually kicked her off the apron to the floor. Meanwhile, she had to hit the prettiest moonsault ever on the opposite side, so it's not even like she needed footing there. I don't know if she initially thought she was going to hit it on that opposite side, but then she looked and saw where Nia Jax was, and it's like, bro, Tiffany, Nia's on the other side of the other corner of the ring. What are we doing? You're kicking your tag team partner out. There's something I feel like deep down, Tiffany Stratton just didn't like teaming with Trish, and I don't know why. That's just the vibes her body language was presenting these last couple of weeks. But anyway, goes to the opposite corner, hits the prettiest moonsault ever. That's it. So if you go back and check that replay on YouTube or wherever, you'll see Tiffany kick Trish more than once, and within a minute to get her off of the apron, which I thought was kind of odd. Let's see here. Get to a couple of comments here. Guess that counts as a Travis Scott heel turn. He was fun. Yeah, nah, so I don't know what to make of it with Travis Scott on TV. I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. So just catch up to a few comments. All right, so we're going to move on to, let's just get over to this third match here. Decent match, happy for Trish. Again, wasn't very into this one, nor did I think I would be, but we're going to get to this unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Now, back-to-back months, man, Kevin Owens, he's got to slow down a little bit, you know what I mean? He's doing some, like, Darby Allin-esque type of booking, right? He had that crazy match against Cody at the Royal Rumble. Now he has an even crazier one here, unsanctioned match with Sami Zayn. So he needs to take it easy. He's going to have a match with Randy Orton, with the returning Orton tonight at Mania, presumably so. So he's got to slow down a little bit. He should take it easy the next 4 or 5 weeks if he's able to do so. So we're going to talk about this unsanctioned match. Now, early on, the crowd was giving this is awesome chants, rightfully so. Sammy put KO through 2 separate tables out in the crowd. I believe it was out in the crowd. There's all kinds of debris, food, drinks over there. Then we got to see KO push Sammy off the top turnbuckle a little bit later onto a set of 2 tables that were stacked up above one another. Tossed him right off there. Brutal spots all throughout this match. We then saw a haluva kick. Back in the ring, we saw a haluva kick where Sami Zayn accidentally took out the first referee. KO would then try to, pin Sami Zayn when the second referee, Charles Robinson, came out. Was unable to do so. KO then took out Charles Robinson, a.k.a. Little Nate from back in the WCW days. This was crazy. Numerous, holy shit chants throughout. We then would shortly thereafter see Sami Zayn go under the ring and get a barbed wire chair. This was crazy. We got the ECW chants going on at this moment in time. And then we got to see, shortly thereafter, an amazing Blue Thunder Bomb through the barbed wire chair to KO by Sami Zayn. That was wild. KO found a way to kick out. He was very resilient tonight, as they both were. We got a great "This is awesome" chant at this moment in time. After multiple tosses into the ring post on the outside with a steel chair wrapped around his head, that being Sami Zayn. The chair was wrapped around his neck. After numerous times getting thrown into the ring post, followed by power bombs onto the ring apron, KO was then able to secure the eventual win. And that was pretty much that. You'd see all kinds of WWE officials rush ringside, trying to even stop it prior to the finish, right? Because it was just getting so ugly and so dangerous for Sami Zayn. Post-match, now, Kevin Owens started peeling back the mat on the ground, and it looked like he was going to pummel Sami Zayn directly into that concrete floor. We then would hear the Viper Randy Orton's theme music hit, which was an awesome thing to see. We would get a brief in-ring scuffle leading to an RKO, of course. Mania match squared away. Shortly thereafter, Randy Orton was about to take out KO again. KO escaped narrowly, walking back to the entranceway. And KO just looked, rightfully so. The match, went better part of 30 minutes, give or take. And Kevin Owens looks absolutely exhausted. He looked exhausted. So, rightfully so. Randy then hit 4 separate security guards with an RKO following that. And that pretty much summed up that. So, again, good to see Randy back. We are getting, leading into this, we thought, okay, we're either going to get Kevin Owens and Randy Orton probably, or maybe they might have a best 2 out of 3 series with Sami and KO. But KO had a definitive win tonight in Toronto, and so now we'll get Randy Orton and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. So, wild one for sure there. Adrian, do you think Sami Zayn will come back? Yeah, I do, Cal. When? I don't know, because depending upon the level of beating he got, maybe it's enough time to write him off till after Mania if they don't have anything for him, which isn't the worst thing in the world. He was on WrestleMania last year. He dethroned the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. So look, if they don't have anything for Sami Zayn at this Mania, I don't think he's going to be heartbroken. Would he love to be on the show? I'm sure. But Sami Zayn, the WrestleMania he had, realistically the last 3 he had specifically, because, people made a big joke of WrestleMania 38, him against Knoxville. But that was entertaining as hell. 39 in the main event of night 1, dethroning the Usos, undisputed tag champs. Then last year, Sami Zayn won the IC title. So, look, if Sami Zayn is not booked on this Mania, it's not the end of the world. Go home, get some rest, come back, maybe the Raw after Mania or whatever, or shortly thereafter. But I don't see Sami Zayn returning anytime soon, nor do I think he has to be included in anything, because there's a lot of stuff going on. And business picked up quick tonight. Business picked up quick, especially in the last hour and a half, if you know what I'm talking about. Chris says Sami should have won. Yeah, I was leaning towards Sami. It was a last-minute decision, just like who I had for the men's chamber, but I did think Sami was going to squeak it out. But good for KO, and so now we'll see. That heel turn caught me off guard, says Billy. Yeah, me too, Billy. Definitely. Guys, if you're just joining me now, be sure to hit that. I know many of you are subscribed already. If you're not, hit that subscribe button again. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up here, guys. I think the level of beating was just to transition KO to Randy. Absolutely. I do think so too, Adrian. It's a good way to transition, have a definitive victory for KO. And if Sami is to stay off television till after Mania, it makes a lot of sense. It's justifiable, right? It's justifiable. Sami Zayn's career is not over there, Cal. I don't, let's see, I was 4-0. I got all my picks right. Nice job, Rachel. I cannot say the same, but I did good for the women. I did not do good for the men's tonight. So we're going to jump into the, obviously here we are already, right? Match number 4. We're about to delve into the men's Elimination Chamber match. Again, guys, hit that like button if you just got here. Hit the thumb up. Hit the subscribe as well. And we're going to talk about this men's chamber match, which was crazy. But oddly enough, the end of this show was even crazier, which I know we're all going to discuss. And I know a lot of you are waiting to get to it. Cal, so you say you're not looking to see your best buddy KO going up against Randy Orton. Is that what you're saying? Is that because you think Randy's going to go over, or you're just tired of that? Rachel says you pick Cody. Cody would say no to The Rock. Yeah, I believe that to be the case as well. Loved his response, which we all knew. I love the initial response of Cena. That wasn't until he turned on him, right? But that was cool. That was cool to see. Chris says you hope Jay wins at Mania. I could see that. Canadian Nightmare, yep. So this men's chamber started off fun. Let's just talk about coming down the aisle initially. We're in Canada, right? Logan Paul, of course, coming down with the United States of America flag. Got the American flag. Damian Priest comes down second. CM Punk comes down third. Now, this was Punk's first chamber match in 13 years, they said. 5th overall, won back in 2012, of course. John Cena will come in at 4. This is his 8th chamber match. He had won 3 previously. Obviously, tonight was his 4th victory, and he has the second most. He has the second most chamber appearances, I believe it was said overall. So that was a big deal as well. We would have Drew McIntyre coming at 5, Seth Rollins coming at 6. These two would then start off. We saw them wrestle at WrestleMania 40, right? Where Drew dethroned Seth for not even a cup of coffee, maybe a small cup of coffee. Until Damian Priest cashed in. Again, we saw Priest in this match as well. Everything was pretty well intertwined with these people having a past, whether it stemmed from months ago, a year ago, or even previous to that. So this was cool. RKO, KO. Yeah. So I was very surprised to see Drew eliminated first. I got to say, I was very surprised. He was eliminated by Damian Priest. Shortly thereafter, Logan Paul eliminates Damian Priest as well. From a frog splash off the top of the chamber pod, which is pretty incredible to see. We all know, look, whether you guys admit or not, that Logan Paul is good, or whether you like him or not, one thing I think we could all collectively agree on is Logan Paul is a very talented individual. Again, you don't have to cheer for the guy. There's many people I give, I give them kudos to them if they do a good job on the mic, in the ring, whatever, that I don't cheer for. And I got to give Logan Paul his flowers. So he did good, but he was shortly thereafter eliminated as well. And at this moment in time, who eliminated, what was it? Was it CM Punk eliminated Logan Paul with the GTS? Yes, that's what happened. So it came down to Seth Rollins, CM Punk, John Cena as the final 4. The fact that Logan eliminated Priest, yeah, wild. You give Chamber 10 out of 10. Yeah, I think a lot of people would. If I'm being super critical, right? If I'm being incredibly critical, I give it a 9. I would give it a 9, and that's only because the Trish match was very blah. And again, happy for her, 25 years in her hometown. Good for her. They got the victory and such. But that's why I would give it a 9 and not a 10, because that match was, women's chamber match, solid, especially with the attack angle with Jade. Unsanctioned match was fantastic. Randy returned there. And then the men's chamber, the caveat of John Cena turning heel post-match on Cody Rhodes. So all 3 of those matches, you got some kind of a crazy dynamic. Jade, Naomi, again, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and then John Cena, Cody Rhodes. And 'tis the season. We are on the road to WrestleMania. As the clock struck 12 here, we're just 48 days. All right, we're 48 days away from WrestleMania Night 1, April 19th. So here we go, right? Full speed ahead. Obviously, Sami and KO made the night. They did. They really did. And those two, again, lifelong history as friends and competitors, opponents. They've been on the same side together. They've been across the ring from one another for many times. And so they're going to do good. And a lot of moves they executed tonight, not only did they do them safe and sound, but they did them to perfection. There was a couple table spots, especially the one where the tables were stacked on top of each other, right? Where KO pushed Sammy, he rolled over and went through both of them. Even like the table crashes, they looked nasty, but they found a way to, as I knew they would, they found a way to make it look devastating while at the very same time, at no point in time were any of them at any kind of risk, right? Nobody was dangerously hurt. They were beat the living hell out of one another in the safest way possible while protecting one another. And that's what you love to see. And you wouldn't expect anything less from a 20-plus year friendship, rivalry, and all that. So thank you, Val. Great seeing you as always. Thank you for spending some time in here. Have a great rest of the night. Nas says this would have been a perfect pay-per-view. You could have left the tag match off the card. Yeah, right. As we discussed last night, and I know you made that a point as well. And again, the only reason I chalked it up to any bit of understanding was Trish, 25 years, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, absolutely. Billy says, I know you got to do what you have to do. It was a bit cheap how that happened. How that happened in your opinion from John Cena. Okay. All right. Let's see here. They advertised Roman for later in the month, but I also thought he'd pop out today. Yeah, I was hoping to see Roman. There's 4 names mentioned. Becky, nobody really thought they'd see Becky tonight, right? But I knew out of anybody, Jade Cargill was a definite. And they literally wasted no time with her. First match, we saw her before the match even started. So we saw Jade Cargill. We did get that return of Randy Orton. And then, again, all right, so we got 2 out of the 4. A lot of us thought we'd see Roman too. Roman is one I thought we'd see. Becky, not so much, but hopefully we see her on the road to Mania. Again, we're 48 days out. Does she return? Does she jump into an angle with Lyra? I'm not so sure now because you got Ivy Nile and Lyra going with something, so I don't know how that would really work out. Cal says, what do you think we're going to see Ethan Page hold the title? No time soon, but that doesn't mean he won't get good booking. You know what I mean? Alex, what's up, brother? Sammy KO match was brutal to watch. They wrapped that The wrap the chair was rowdy. Yeah, that was pretty wild, bro. The way they did that with the barbed wire there. Kevin Sammy steal the show. Phenomenal. Yeah, a lot of ECW chants, as Miss J went on to say. Alex then says power bomb on the ring apron is a callback to KO's NXT debut 10 years ago. Right, right. Of course, of course. Great point there. Great point. You gotta love a Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match. You know, whether they're on the same side like WrestleMania 39 or tonight, where they're going up against each other here in Canada. Where they're both from in Canada. So this was great. I don't think anybody here expected anything less from KO and Sammy. And as usual, say what you want about Sammy, say what you want about KO. Some of you may not be fans of either one or both, but those two know how to put on a damn good match. So in my opinion, this pay-per-view was unpredictable. Very unpredictable, Miss J. It was. The only thing that was going to be predictable to me is that Jade was coming for Naomi in some regard. We didn't know how we were going to get it, but to me, we knew that was going to happen. Outside of that, I wasn't sold that Randy was coming back. Sure as hell didn't see John Cena joining The Rock, selling his soul tonight and going up against Cody like that at the end. I also was not fully sold on Cena winning the Chamber. Again, last minute, I was getting cold feet. I didn't think they were going to go with him. I thought they were going to continue this level of disappointment into the later part of the year until Cena won an opportunity, whether that was at Money in the Bank or finding a way to one of the titles. So there was a lot of unpredictability for sure, though, collectively. Let's see here. As much as I read up on wrestling news, I got so much for every surprise like today. Yes. Yeah, this was good, Adrian. Cody was still standing. They only need a stretcher. I know, Nas. I know. You know what it was, too, man? The way, I'll be honest, John Cena certainly unleashed on Cody, and so did everybody else, right? But the way Jade unleashed on Naomi in that short period of time, you needed to roll out the stretcher. Because the way she was throwing her through those pods, the way she closed the gate on her, look, Naomi justifiably needed that stretcher. Who would have predicted that Cena was going to turn heel? Let's see, for Randy. Yeah, good point. Imagine all the pain that Sami Zayn's in. Yeah, a lot of these men and women are in a lot of pain tonight. Again, let's for starters say everybody's hurting today. Anybody who was in that men's or women's chamber, regardless if they were in there 2 minutes or 30 minutes, that beat the living hell, right? KO and Sammy, they didn't even need the chamber to drop down to have a brutal match. They beat the hell as well. And so Cody as well. Cody wasn't even scheduled to have a match, and he took one of the worst beatings of the night. So, crazy stuff, man. We got the whole John Cena bit. So, guys, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel, all right? Takes 2 seconds. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button. Like the live. Appreciate all of you being here. I don't mind answering everybody's questions. I love the constant interactions. It's great. Keeps everything flowing here. But again, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe, share this, and hit that like button on the live. Appreciate it. Everything helps. You stuck to your gun. Yeah, Rachel, for sure. Do we see Cena win at Mania? Chris, this changes everything now, man. I said, if we did get Cody Cena, I thought for sure, assuming Cena would be running babyface, I thought, Cody would win without question. But now with the heel Cena, anything's possible. There's no length, seemingly, that Cena won't go to now to get to 17. There's that level of desperation. Even though he won the Chamber tonight, maybe he has that level of desperation aligning with The Rock and maybe basically saying to himself, I am so desperate to get to number 17 that I am willing to do whatever it takes and sacrifice whatever it takes, sell my soul, whatever, to get this title, get the 17 before December 31st. And so that's seemingly where we're at. And I got to say, whether we like Cena turning heel or not, this is intriguing. And now I'm very excited for Cody Cena. Maybe 20 minutes prior to Cena, turning heel, I was, all right, we're getting Cody Cena, good. Cena won. Congrats. 4th Chamber win, blah, blah, blah. But now we're talking a whole new game here. Now we're talking babyface Cody Rhodes, champion for the better part of a year by that point, pissed off. John Cena turned on him heel, embarrassed him alongside The Rock and Travis Scott, and all of us saw it on TV, whoever was there in Toronto tonight. Now, Cody's got to go in there and defend that title successfully, but will he? That's the $1 million question. So I'm here for it, man. I am here for this match for sure. Best pay-per-view since WrestleMania 39. All right. Let's see here. That was Nod said that. Heel Cena also allows Cena to be lazier in big match stuff. Yeah, good point. Right. Again, he'll stoop to any low now, Adrian. Right. He doesn't have to put on a full 10 out of 10 match. He could stoop to any low he wants. So let's see here. Imagine how Bianca feels about her friend Naomi and Jay Cargo. Yeah. She's got her own, sights set on winning some gold from Rhea or Io, in 48 days or so. So let's see. What did Cena say after the Rumble? Um, what did he say after the Rumble? That, well, other than saying he's going to get it done, I don't know exact word for word. He said quite a few things in that 4-minute press conference, February 1st, but he did be as bold as say he thought he earned the right to be in the chamber without qualifying for it. Alexa did great tonight, says Chris. Sure. As him being champion is best for business. That's a heel thing to say. Yeah, right. Him being best for business. Sure, we should have saw something there as well. For like you said, Nas, for him just making that statement and the fact that he just put himself in that match without qualifying for it. Little subtleties, tendencies that we should have noticed that we typically see or hear from a heel, but we wouldn't dare assume that Cena's talking about that, right? Let's see. Hey, RKO boy is here. What's up, Arif? How we doing? Feel like a new Cena shirt is coming that says, "Do you see me now?" Ooh, there you go, Adrian. Yeah, you should get a cut of that. Be careful, bro. Maybe you should trademark that. Heartbroken about Cena, but imagine how little kids pay-per-view feeling. Yeah, absolutely, Rachel. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. And this is why I love wrestling, bro. It's like nothing like it. Yeah, and it's so hard to put into words. I mean, I do my best. You guys are doing your best to put everything we saw put into words tonight, especially with Cena at the end and what he did for the first time in 23 years. But, you know, it's hard, it's even hard for us to explain, and a lot of us are lifelong diehard wrestling fans. But try explaining this to somebody that doesn't watch wrestling. It's like talking a foreign language they never heard. So, yeah, man. But if you know, you know, and that's it. The WWE fan says I got Alexa Bliss winning Money in the Bank and having the tag title. Okay, all right. I hear you, Nas. I hear you loud and clear, bro. So, look, we're gonna delve back into this. So we got that third elimination going back to a few minutes ago with Logan Paul being eliminated by Punk with a GTS. We got Seth, Punk, Cena remaining, right? Cena and Punk eventually take down Seth with the good old Hart Foundation, Bret the Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, take down Seth with that heart attack move set. Then, you know, shortly thereafter, we would see Cena and Punk. No, Cena would extend his hand to CM Punk, and Seth... God damn, there's Cena, Seth, Punk, there's so much. Anyway, Cena extended his hand for a handshake. Punk then leans in for a hug. They had a warm embrace. Then the two begin just teeing off on one another. That was great. Then we see Cena hit an AA to Punk for a near fall. It's a close call there. Seth would then toss Cena through the pod pretty viciously, taking him out of the picture for a little bit at this moment in time. Seth nearly had Punk out with a pedigree. Shortly after that, buckle bomb and a stomp to CM Punk, yet again trying to take him out, but to no avail. Rollins couldn't keep him down. He's getting frustrated, rightfully so. He's not just trying to get anybody out, but he's trying to get CM Punk of all people out. Then we would see Punk with a GTS to Seth Rollins, Cena with an AA, leading to Punk pinning Seth, and Seth would be out. And now it's down to the two guys where a lot of people were divided here, right? Punk, Cena, will either of them make it to the final two? Will it be both of them? And sure enough, which a lot of people predicted to Punk or Cena, I feel like more than anybody, they were down to the final two. So I myself was not sure which way this was going to go. I'll be honest. There was no outright winner to me. I was very confused. But forgetting that Seth was still looming in the background, right, at this moment in time, thinking he's out of the picture, he's out of the equation, he's out of the chamber at this point. I should have knew better that something was going to happen. So you get Cena versus Punk at this moment in time. And the way this wrapped up was Seth stomped Punk while he's making his way to the ropes for, I believe, a prior move from Cena. Then Cena put him in the STF, and sooner than later, he was out cold. Now, Seth did say last night on SmackDown, as we discussed, guys, Seth was dressed up as an oven mitt last night, right? And that all-red oven mitt that CM Punk called it. Seth said last night, if I don't win, CM Punk, then you're not going to win either. He delivered on that promise. Neither one of them are in the main event of WrestleMania, going up against Cody Rhodes for that undisputed title. And now John Cena ties Triple H for the 4th Chamber win out of his 8 appearances. And so here we would have the main event or post-match. John Cena celebrated his victory. Cody Rhodes would make his way down there to A, congratulate John, and B, get ready for his moment with The Rock, which we're going to discuss in a minute. I'm going to get to some comments here as quickly as I can. Appreciate you guys being here. Hit that subscribe, guys. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that like button, all right? As soon as you get in here, like the live. All of it helps. That would be cool. Maybe an Alistair Black Judgment Day. Yes, I think we will see that. It'd be nice to do some strong booking on both ends. Punk kept having to fix his pod lights. Said should take out Cena instead of throwing him in a pod. Let's see. The Rock out of character press conference right after the show. It's just pretty weird to me. Did he do that again, Nas? That's the only one I did not catch. The Rock's press conference. Very weird. Very Jekyll and Hyde personality he's going with, right? Like everything's good, but really he's devious. We'll see. We'll see. There's a message in everything The Rock does, even if we don't understand it. Not saying I like it, but I get what you mean. I'm going to have to check that out when I get off of here in a little bit. Let's see here. So I think this day, Seth Rollins, if the do that. Yeah, for sure. So this was wild, man. This was a great show. Again, guys, hit that subscribe as we wind down here on this review. Hit the subscribe button, hit those likes. And we're going to move on to the post-match, right? We would get Cody Rhodes entering. Then eventually, about a year later, The Rock and Travis Scott will make their way to the ring. And Cody goes to give The Rock an answer, right? He goes, Rock, I want it all, Rock. My soul no longer belongs to me, because I gave my soul to this ring and these people a long time ago. He says, Rock, I'm not going to get too explicit on this Saturday night, but he says, hey, Rock, go F yourself, all right? Go F yourself, Rock. The crowd went wild, even John Cena especially. Cena says, man, I wish I could have said that on the road to WrestleMania 28 and 29, right? God, this feels good all these years later. So that was cool to see. That was cool to see. We're going to get to the juicy bit in just a minute, which you all know what's coming. As I read a couple more comments here. Let's see. Yes, go French toast yourself. That's right. That's right. Don't get me hungry here, Adrian. And before you know it, it will be breakfast time, so don't get me hungry in here. You know, I try to keep, if I'm going to get explicit, I probably do that on the TikTok side of things. I try to keep it a little more professional on YouTube. You know what I mean? Got some standards to uphold on YouTube, but tell you what, maybe on TikTok Live, you let it loose at a 2 a.m. episode or something. That F-bomb was nuts. Yes, that F-bomb was great. The way I felt that, I felt I was in Toronto, man, Alex. I felt like I was there, bro. So that was great. That was great. So yeah, no, I don't think Cody regrets it. I think he's surprised though, Cal. I woke up the dogs. Yeah, man. So that was crazy. So shortly thereafter, Cena was, applauding Cody and all that. Cena goes and leans in to Cody Rhodes. While he's about to do this and embrace Cody with the hug, The Rock and Cena, connect. Rock does something like this, and Cena's face automatically drops, loses all color, all levels of happiness. I couldn't even imitate it if I wanted to. So, hustle, loyalty, respect? I don't know. Who's feeling that way about Cena anymore. Maybe for those that wanted to see Cena turn heel for a while, maybe you got it or you don't like Cody, whatever. Absolute brutal beatdown, starting with a John Cena kick to the nuts to Cody Rhodes. Goes down, they beat him up for what felt like 20 minutes, was probably all of 5 to 7 minutes at most. You got Cena beating him up with the Rolex, hitting him in the head. Cody's now bleeding. Little bit of a crimson mask. You see The Rock getting involved, hitting him with that weight belt that said Cody's soul on it, with Dusty's death date on it. You saw even Travis Scott got in the mix. He was high as hell, but wouldn't expect anything less from him. Even slapping Cody around. It got real disrespectful really quick. So things got out of hand, man. Things got out of hand. Michael Cole was going berserk on the commentary during all of this, rightfully so. Rachel says Seth can now kiss his main event. Bye. Got Roman coming back. Yes. Can't believe the ending was so great. F-bomb was nuts. Yes. Someone said he granted 3. That's crazy, Miss J. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, this was a wild time. So look, when they would all eventually finally leave the ring, just beginning to go up the entryway, but turning around and looking at Cody one last time, that being The Rock, Cena, Travis Scott, whatever. But seeing The Rock and Cena next to one another, both in this heel capacity, on the same page to start off the month of March, early 2025, the John Cena farewell tour. Going this way, I'm not sure if any of us thought it would go this way. Even if you thought at some point in time that John Cena was going to turn heel, I don't think you necessarily saw it coming on the back of Cody Rhodes, happening on the back of Cody Rhodes. Terrible wordplay. And in addition to that, the way he did it, the brutal beatdown. It wasn't just, hopping off. We've seen this happen many times where somebody turns heel on their partner in a tag match, or, they hop off the apron when somebody's going for the tag or something like that. You're like, oh my God, is he turning heel? She turning heel? No, this was an absolute, deliberate, brutal beatdown after John Cena would win his final Elimination Chamber, his fourth one, again, tying Triple H's record, winning half of the Elimination Chambers he's ever been in, that being John Cena. So this was a big deal. Michael Cole then goes to check on Cody Rhodes immediately following this beatdown. Again, when they all left, did that one more glance at Cody in the ring, looking lifeless, shirt ripped off, tie wrapped around his neck, all this. So Cole checks on Cody. And that's the thing that's crazy. Like a guy like Michael Cole, for example, even if Cole knew this was going to happen prior to whatever, Cole calling Cena's matches for the better part of 2-3+ decades, whatever, and then actually seeing John Cena be the one who turns heel, beating down the champion of these days, 2025, Cody Rhodes. Crazy thing to see, I'm sure, for Michael Cole. As crazy as it was for us, I'm sure he couldn't believe it too, seeing John Cena be a heel in his final run. So when they went to the post show, right before they went to the desk and all that, you saw Wade Barrett and Michael Cole walking Cody Rhodes backstage after this. Crazy. Crazy, crazy stuff. This is how it would conclude. There's, of course, a press conference afterwards to follow with Bianca, with Triple H. I know I didn't get to see the Rock's bit because I got on here. Cena just knocked the mic over, right? Or he dropped the mic. He didn't even do his press conference. Rightfully so. What's he going to say? Sit down for 10 minutes and have a normal conversation after turning heel for the first time ever in the way he did? So, no, this was wild, though. This was a wild time. Let's see here. So... Chris is saying you really want to see Seth Roman. All right. I do think we see Seth Roman. I think Punk may be involved. Maybe a triple threat we get. Miss J asks, is Cena part of the bloodline? Good question. Maybe. Maybe he's going to try to get that Ula Fala next. Roman, his return date this month, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see Roman soon. Let's see. Very good. I was actually afraid for Cole. I was hoping Cena wouldn't do it. Yeah, I was wondering if, it looked like there was a point where when they were looking back into the ring area with Cody, when Cole got in there, and when they saw Cole looking after Cody, I thought one of them were going to run in and potentially take out Michael Cole too. So I got to be honest, I was a little worried for him at that moment in time too. But all that being said, this really amplifies things, right, guys? This really amplifies things on the road to WrestleMania. Incredibly curious what's going to happen with Cody versus Cena. But babyface Cody versus heel Cena. This is no longer a fantasy booking, guys. This is a real thing. You got heel John Cena aligned with The Rock. You got babyface Cody Rhodes going for defending his title and presumably Night 2's main event, right? On Easter Sunday, 420. What a party. So this is going to be crazy. And especially when you think back to WrestleMania 40 last year, right? Sorry, I'm spitting all over the camera here. You got... all these guys coming out during that Bloodline Rules match. Cena coming to the aid of Cody. The Rock coming out and hitting Cena, I believe, with a rock bottom, right? Before The Undertaker would take out Rock with a chokeslam. So you think about all these things that led to, last year and Cody even getting the title. And my, oh my, how times have changed. So this is wild. Nas goes on to say, Bianca is my favorite female wrestler of all time, and Cena is my favorite of all time, so this is a special night. Yeah, shout out to you, Nas. I mean, I love Bianca Belair, too. Cena's, one of my favorites. He's not like my guy by a long-standing shot, but, I may throw Cena in my top 10. I'm not ranking it on level of, capability, but just talking out of my sheer favorites. But, yeah, happy for Bianca. Good for John Cena as well tonight as well. That is I think that's next Sunday, Miss J, or whenever the 9th is, right? I think that's next Sunday, AEW Revolution. You'll have Copeland going up against Moxley for that world title. Am I coming out to Vegas for Mania? Alex, so at this moment in time, I have not put anything into motion. I had a great time at Mania last year, plus it was super close to me. I haven't put anything into motion yet, but we'll see, man. If I do head out there on a whim last minute, I will let you know. I would still love to get there, at least for night 2, but I will let you know. Are you doing any activities out there that weekend, Alex? Assuming you're still out in that area, you still out there? But yeah, Revolution should be good too. We'll talk about that later in the week, probably Wednesday. I'll come on TikTok or something and talk a little Dynamite and Revolution. But yeah, this was wild tonight, guys. I don't think regardless of the outcomes, who you had in these matches, I don't think anybody could have anticipated that. John Cena turning heel the way that he did so. So, know what I'm going to. Miss J says, you know what? I think I'm going to Raw because you're going to Raw. When are you going to Raw, Miss J? What do you think the night one main event will be? Nah, it's a good question. I mean, obviously, it could easily be Gunther and Jey Uso, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, look, the argument could obviously be made if it's Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. I mean, obviously, that is a big, big, big deal. Not sure if they're going to do it. Um, Not sure if they're going to do that to the ring general and a guy who's been over for a very long time, the way he has too, like Jey Uso, like him or not, guys. But man, I would love to see Bianca and Rhea get that presumably opportunity against each other in a night one main event. So we'll see. It's got to be one of the two, I would assume, right? It's got to be Jay Gunther or it's got to be Bianca Rhea, and they both have valid cases for it. Um, with the women, Charlotte Tiffany, it'll be cool, regardless who wins, but that's not a main event to me. It's not. It's definitely not. Um, Especially if you just base it on women's matches alone. I mean, you got Bianca Rhea, who have been dominating WrestleMania the last 5 years. And then, much respect to Tiffany. She's been great on the main roster the past year or so. Charlotte's done what she's done the last 10 years plus. But as far as, recently, again, the last 4 or 5 years, especially with Rhea and Bianca have been able to go in the Mania and more times than not dominate, there's a valid case there. There's a very, very valid case for them. So you're still in Vegas and either might do SmackDown or Raw from any weekend. Nice, Alex. Awesome. Yeah, man, if I head out there, I'll be absolutely be sure to let you know prior to, man. It's been way, way, way too long. Way too long. Am I going to TikTok next, Rachel? We'll see. There's a very good probability. We'll not be doing a full review like this, but we may hop on TikTok in a little bit and discuss some things. We will see. But guys, any last comments, questions, concerns? I'm going to hang here for at least 5 more minutes and call it a night. Again, if you haven't already, guys, before you head out of here, be sure to hit that like button on the live. Everyone helps. And again, if you haven't already and you're not in the chat already, be sure to hit that subscribe. And if you're not chatting, feel free to comment, man. We'd love to hear what you guys got to say. But most of you have no problem with holding back. You don't hold back, and I love that about you guys. Cal says, who do you think's more hitting, KO, The Miz, or Drew McIntyre? Oddly enough, Cal, I think The Miz is the least hated out of KO and Drew these days. So, thanks, no way, Tiff and Charlotte, hell no. Yeah, just based upon the fact of you have the opportunity as well to do Rhea Bianca potentially, you got to go with that one. So, yeah, Cal, what is it? Sammy, what's up, brother? Just wrapping up the review now, man. We had a great review. Any comments, concerns, questions about tonight's Elimination Chamber, Sammy, feel free to let me know. Never thought you'd see the day? Me neither, my friend. Me neither. John Cena, man, doing what he did. Pretty surreal. Pretty surreal to say the least. So, you figure he's, show my age a little bit here. He may have debuted, when I was 14, 15, and here I am, knocking on damn near 40, and here he goes and turns heel. Better late than never, I guess, for those that wanted him to turn heel. And now we get a heel Cena versus face Cody at Mania, and I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Again, not only did it's the way Cena turned heel, right? And if you're going to turn heel, I guess do it like this. Go hard or go home, right? And not only does he turn heel on Cody viciously, the champion, but the guy he helped win the title last year, by the way, but he joins The Rock in that same sentence. So crazy. Travis Scott there. Back was awkward. Yeah, it was very awkward for a while. Then he eventually joined in. I was wondering where we were going here with that whole bit. Obviously I see initially him coming out with The Rock and stuff, and I understood that, right? Clicks, views, all that stuff. But, I didn't know he was actually going to come in the ring and all that. But it definitely added a level of intrigue for a little bit. But I was wondering what was going to happen. And then when we got the all-out beatdown of Cody Rhodes, it was just wild. Very, very wild scene. Let's see. It's like Hogan turning. Yeah. Well, Sammy, I think that's going to be the great debate for a while. I was talking to a friend of mine before I got on here, and we were discussing, what was bigger? Hogan turning heel in '96, joining, what was it, Bash at the Beach? I was wearing that hat the other night. Joining the NWO, or forming the NWO with Hall and Nash, the Outsiders, or will this be a bigger deal? And quite honestly, as big of a deal as that was, I think a very valid argument could be made. Obviously WCW went on one hell of a run after that. But the argument can be made that, Cena being during his farewell tour, leading into WrestleMania, trying to get the 17, all these extra additives that, I don't know, man, it's going to be a good conversation that people have. So regardless what side you agree was the better or biggest heel turn of all time, most unexpected by a babyface, the fact that you could actually say, like them or not, that Hulk Hogan, after all these years later, Hulk Hogan and John Cena, two beloved babyfaces for, years and years and years. And you want to talk about the face of a company, whether you guys acknowledge them or not, during their runs, both turned heel in absolutely shocking, jaw-dropping ways. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Hogan joining NWO is the only thing I can think of. Yeah, right now at this moment in time, Sammy, I'd have to agree with you, man. Was Travis Scott one of the make? Alex, you're crazy, man. You're crazy. Yes, Rachel, he was. Miami Vice style heel, Cena, The Rock. Hogan at Bash, Sabisco turning on Bruno. Yeah, it was a big deal too. Yep. Of course, Sabisco turning on Bruno. Know of that. Of course, most of us, I don't think any of us were really around to see that live. But yes, wild stuff. Let's see. It's up there. 20 years from now, we'll be talking about it. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We'll be talking about it because if we're talking about, we're knocking on what, 30 years of that next year with the Hogan turn from 96. My math serves correct. We will certainly be talking about the John Cena heel turn that we saw tonight. This is one for the ages, whether you agreed with it or not, whether you liked it or not, which I understand if you were a big time fan of Cena and you loved him with being babyface his whole career, and this is, in fact, his farewell tour, and you want to see him, you just saw the guy win the Chamber tonight, punching his ticket to Mania, hopefully getting to 17, and then, oh, by the way, I'm going to turn into a vicious heel on the way there. And I think I know that's absolutely interesting, and I'm intrigued. And I was looking forward to Cody Cena regardless after Cena won tonight, but now that we got what we got, and Cody's been, like him or not, he's been getting more and more bold over time in these past several months. We've seen it, right? He finally, I feel like going into the late summer, early fall, Cody really showed that he grew a pair. And now he's really standing up for himself. So now that he said what he said to The Rock tonight in his face, and now Cena wants to do this to Cody, I got to be real with you guys. In a couple of weeks or so on this road to WrestleMania, I am very much curious as to what Cody's going to say, what Cody's going to do. And this match is going to be a big deal. And it rightfully deserves to be the final match of WrestleMania 41 weekend. So it's going to be good. Let's get to some comments here. Alex says, would have been great having The Rock look at the camera and pull a chance. Your soul is mine. Yeah, I was hoping that was, perhaps going to be the case tonight. I really don't want Bianca to win it. You didn't want Bianca to win? I thought she was the most fit to she made the most sense to me. Like, a lot of people want Alexa to win, blah, 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 and I get it. Alexa's been nothing but great since she's been back the last month, but she's already kind of immersed in other stuff, which will eventually lead, I think, to the tag titles down the road, right? Could be as early as Mania. Bianca makes sense. If you have the opportunity to do a Rhea Bianca at Mania, you don't pass that up. Yeah, easily, Nas. Let's see here. Laugh when people say Bianca can't turn heel. Yeah. Bianca could turn heel at the drop of a dime if she wanted to. Let's see. Drake was in the arena too. A fan posted on it. Oh, Drake was there, really? I'm surprised they didn't show him during the actual telecast. Literally just came out with tour merch and then go heel. I'm interested to see what it's become. Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys think they tweak his song? Do they slightly change Cena's song in any regard? What do you guys think? Oh, that was pretty well played, Miss J. I was kind of hoping for a heel Cody Homelander style. Sure. TKO Cena. Yeah, little fettuccine. What's up? Miss J, either that or someone Alexa Bliss Society. Okay. You guys are wild in the chat. Guys, again, I'm getting out of here shortly. Please be sure to hit that like button. Hit that thumb up. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. Again, if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button for plenty of pro wrestling content going forward. Whether you watch WWE, NXT, AEW, TNA, that's what I'll mainly cover on a weekly basis for the most part. At least that's what I'm very knowledgeable on. But I'm also willing to discuss other promotions if you guys want to discuss that as well. Let's see here. Cena back in the studio for a new track. Yeah, maybe we get Cena dusting off the mic and, he'll come out with some bars. Yeah, word life. No word life. Drake probably told them I don't want to be showed. Yeah, Nas, I wouldn't be surprised. You're right. Maybe he did say he didn't want any publicity, right? Again, regardless how you guys felt about Kendrick, how you felt about Drake throughout their whole beef, and how Kendrick's pretty much been laying it on him for a while now. Maybe Drake said, hey, man, I don't want to be on TV. Not tonight. Whomever bet that 5,001 odds of Cena turn heel made a fortune tonight. Yeah, correct, Sammy. It finally paid off right after 23 years. Cena not only did it's not only did Cena turn heel tonight, it's the fashion in which he turned heel. I think we all could collectively agree on that. Wild stuff. Do not bring back the gangster gimmick. That was me, Robert. Nice, Adrian. Can you spot me some money for breakfast? Thank you, man. Thank you. I have a 5-star breakfast to start off the day tomorrow. But again, guys, I appreciate you joining me tonight. Cal, Rachel, I know many of you discussed. I may be hopping on TikTok live in a little bit. Again, if you follow me over there, maybe you don't, but it's the same handle as this, at Turnbuckle, TOPIX. All my socials are the same for X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, this as well. So, any last questions, comments, concerns, guys? I'm about to head out of here. And again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. I will be back on YouTube Live Monday night, immediately following Monday Night Raw. I know we'll have a lot to discuss, some fallout from Chamber, and so on and so forth. Can't wait to talk about it. So let me know before I head out of here if there's anything else that you have on your mind or you wanted to run by me and discuss in regards to what happened at Elimination Chamber tonight and on the road to WrestleMania as well. Let me know. Thank you, Miss J, and thank you for being one of the many, or one of the few lately these days, loyal viewers. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you immensely for joining me, whether it's TikTok Live, YouTube Live, for these reviews. So thank you very much. Do we see Solo in WrestleMania? If we do see Solo, it's got to be Jacob and Solo, but I'm still not sold on the fact they're going to do it there. Is that a great place for it? 2 nights? Yeah. But, you figure 7 matches each night, I think much like last year. Could they squeeze that on one of those nights? Sure. But, again, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of build in the coming weeks to other stuff, too. And then you got to throw in a lot of title feuds. So I'm not so sure they're going to do it at Mania. Would not be opposed to seeing it there, though. Yeah, Rachel. Perhaps. Hopefully see you over there. Thank you, Adrian. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate the love for Turnbuckle Topics here, guys. And again, if you have the platform, if you're on there, follow me on TikTok, YouTube. Obviously, most of you are subscribed here. Subscribe if you have not already. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Those are the 5 platforms you could find me on a regular basis in one which way or another. Wicken said, after the low blow, I wonder if Cody had flashbacks of MJF. Perhaps. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you. Appreciate seeing you, brother. Hey, you guys are into if you guys are into great comedy, go give my buddy Alex a follow, all right? I've seen him live. He's been fantastic. So, Alex Ansel there. Go give him go check him out. Check out some of his stuff as well on other socials too, guys. Yeah, Wicken for the win on that one. All right, guys, I appreciate all you being here with me tonight. If you haven't, before I wrap up in about 30 seconds, hit that thumbs up, hit the like button. I'm out of here. I will see you guys on YouTube following Monday Night Raw. Full review of the show. Can't wait to talk about Raw. We'll have plenty to discuss. Again, subscribe, hit that like button, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for joining me for this Elimination Chamber recap. Yes, Bo leave all day, baby. Last question here, Chris, is why did they make Liv Raquel champions? They had to take the titles off of Naomi and Bianca more than anything to progress Bianca with Rhea, presumably at Mania, and for Naomi and Jade with Jade's return. Those are the 2 reasons, and that's what we got. Miss J, everybody. Catch you guys later. May hop on TikTok. A very good probability. I'll see you guys in a little bit over there as well. We'll discuss some more Elimination Chamber. Thank you, YouTube. I will see you Monday night after Monday Night Raw. Have a great rest of the weekend.